welcome back to Crafting with Kay. Today video, I'm going to show you guys how to make the large letters, a large image using a 1 needle machine. Yeah, I tried it a few times and I really love the way it came out. So I just wanted to share it with you guys, whoever was curious if you can put a big large image with a 1 needle machine. So let's just jump right into the video. And here's what you would need. I am using a Gildan long sleeve shirt, a measuring tape, some stick pins, applique scissors, of course your 5x7 hoop, and we have fabric. I'm using this cute peach fabric. I'm gonna put GA for Georgia, and I figured I could pair it with this cute peach fabric to represent the state of Georgia. Okay, so what I do is I take it from the collar down. I take my stick pin and I kind of mark where 4 inches from the collar is gonna be. Now, this is just the starting point for me. So keep that in mind. It's going to be somewhere in there. I know I can go a little bit over or under. It's mine, so that's how I'm going to do it. I'm using tearaway stabilizer. I normally like to use cutaway, but I'm going to use tearaway today. Let me get a nice size. And I want my image, the G, because it's going to be G8. And we have the center of the shirt has a little crease right there. So I know each letter is going to be on either side of this crease. So I lay it like that, and I'm going to just go ahead and stick this underneath here. I usually flip my fabric over and that kind of stuff. I try to get away from using that spray bond. So I found this to work as long as I put it even. I'll lay it flat and play with it. May take a minute. But I try to always make sure that my fabric is laid out evenly. I feel where my tearaway stabilizer is at. And then I take my hoop and I'm gonna kind of position it right over that crease. And why I'm gonna do that is because my image, my G, is not going to go past that crease. This is my hoop. I know kind of where my G is gonna fall, so that's why I'm going a little over so it could be as close to that crease as possible. And I'm gonna try to put the top of the hoop right along here somewhere in this area. So yeah. Okay, so I placed my hoop in position. It's the crease of the middle of the shirt is right here. I'm hoping, and what's the plan is that the G ends right, button up against that crease right there. So my stabilizer is in there secured, and let's go ahead and put it on the machine. Okay, so I have it on a machine, and I'm not sure if you can see, but this is my letter G. I cannot adjust it anymore. If it's completely in the hoop, I'm looking at my line. I guess I'm gonna see how far over it's gonna go on this end, right by my line. This is perfect. This is exactly where I wanted it. So we on a good start. So let me go ahead and do the outline first. This is gonna take 8 minutes, so shouldn't take long at all. Okay, I forgot to drop my tension. I'm gonna drop my tension down to 2.2. I'm glad I caught it. I'm gonna drop it down to 2.2. So, great. Okay, so now I'm gonna just take it off and I'm gonna cut around the fabric. I'll be back, and then I put it back on the machine for the final stitching. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the final stitch. I've already cut around the fabric. I cut the G out, and so now I'm gonna stitch it. Okay, so this is the first letter, G. I think it's stitched out really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this out the way and unhoop it. And I'm gonna tear away the stabilizer on the back. Just so it won't kind of get in the way of the next one I put on there. I mean, take your time. I mean, you can rip it away, but so we have our first G, and I'm gonna put the A right in there, right next to the line. So okay, so the plan is to rehoop it next to this G, so the A can come right underneath it, I mean right next to it. And I'm trying to stay in this area of this shirt. Now there's a right way and there's a wrong way, and there's my way, and this is my way. So a lot of people measure, lay down, you know, pins and, you know, markings where the other letter is going to be, but I actually eyeball this indent where the hoop was at here, and I know how far I came down on the image, so that's how I typically do the measuring, is straight eyeballing it. I already put my stabilizer underneath. I laid it down. I straighten it out, and I'm gonna go ahead and position this hoop right around there, lining the top of the hoop and the bottom of the hoop together. And I have my crease right there, and I'm gonna lay it over so the A can fall right somewhere in here. So let me go ahead and hoop this one. Okay, so now we have our A. As you saw, I hooped it. I put it as close to the G, to the crease as possible. So As you can see, the letters, the size letters that I'm using, I don't recall what, I want to say it's a 4-inch. I could be wrong. But whatever the case is, it's taking up the whole hoop. So therefore, there's no movement. I have to hoop it and put it right where it's going to be and where it's going to be positioned. Now, of course, it's an A. It has like a steeple. It's going to come away from the G, but the base of it should hit right around there. Let's see. About right around here next to the G. That looks about right. And this is going to be at the top. So it's kind of lined up evenly. Well, it is lined up evenly. I don't know if you can see that, but let's go ahead and stitch it out. Make sure all your fabric is away and it doesn't get trapped up underneath this hoop. Make sure that you drop your tension again because this is a whole new image. So it wasn't already programmed to the 2.2. So I had to make sure my tension is correct. I put down my foot and let's stitch it out. Okay, so now I'm going to lay my fabric right inside the A. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to look for where the center of that A is at. And I'm going to put a little gash in the fabric right here. So when it's time for me to cut it out, I have a starting point. So I put a little split in the fabric. I'm going to make sure I lay it back where I got it from in the middle of that A. And then I'm going to just lay it down. And I'm going to go ahead and let the machine stitch around it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut around the fabric and show you what I come up with and do the final stitch, which will be 5 minutes. Okay, so this is the final stage to the applique. It's gonna do the final stitch. And let me just say, I'm impressed the way it came out. I'm happy. Practice makes perfect. I've been doing this for a while, and you know, so if you don't get it the first time, just keep trying. If measuring and pinpointing and writing down, you know, not writing down, but marking your fabric with a fabric pen to tell you. Some people cut out the image and kind of like place the image on the fabric where it's going to be. This works for me, and I haven't had a problem. So yeah, I hope this helps. Okay guys, so this is how it came out. I love it. It's even, it's centered, and yeah, I love putting the big letters, the big images on your shirts and sweatshirts. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Again, I'm not a pro, self-taught, and I do it my way. So if you like this video and want to see more videos like this to come, please thumbs up, subscribe. Until next time, bye guys.